Good afternoon, y'all. This is Ned, N to the E to the D, over here at myphilippinedreams.com. I am one half of the dream team. My better half cannot make it today as she is sleeping, as it is still early afternoon. What I'd like to talk about today briefly are two things. First off, online shopping in the Philippines. We're going to be talking about Lazada.com and eBay. The second thing we're going to be talking about is a Google Voice update for making good quality phone calls from the Philippines to the United States. First up, online shopping. One of the biggest things I miss about living in the United States is the convenience and cost savings of online shipping, to wit, eBay and Amazon in particular. You can still order from them if you use like an intermediary shipping process like MyShoppingBox.com or one of those other transshipment corporations, but it adds cost on top of the initial shipping, and it also takes time. So when I first got here, I was like, oh man, I'm all bummed out. I don't have Amazon anymore, and I don't have eBay. Then later on, somebody had recommended a site to me called Lazada.com. Now keep in mind throughout the duration of this video that I'm not getting any kickbacks or endorsement deals or anything with Lazada. I'm just objectively stating it as it is. I get no financial remuneration or anything for any of these videos that I do. I wish I did. But somebody had recommended this site called Lazada.com for online shopping. I had been shopping around for a TV. I was looking for a big TV, like a 46 to 47 inch flat screen TV for my gaming. Got to have my gaming. And I was seeing the prices, and the prices at Robinsons and some of the other local retailers were like $800 to $1,000 to $1,200 for a 46 to 47 inch LCD TV. And we're not talking like real high-end like Sony Bravia smart televisions. These were pretty much a lot of like local brands and smaller brands and whatnot. So I went onto Lazada.com and I saw they had a great TV for 22,000 pesos, which was about half the price of what Robinsons wanted. So I was like, yeah, this is great, but I really don't want to give my credit card information or any of my financial information to an online, retailer. Then later on, I found out as I was going through the process that it's cash on delivery. You can either pay for it up front with a credit card or whatnot, or you can do cash on delivery, where they ship it to you, and when you receive it, when the courier brings it, the courier is either To Go or LBC, both very reputable local shipping systems. And what you do is when they get here, you pay for it and you take it from there. So I took a chance, I took a risk. I put myself out there. I said, let's do it. Let's send cash on delivery. I sent them my address, and they said it would take 5 to 10 days for the delivery to arrive because it has to come from Manila or something. And I was like, cool. One of the things that I was really impressed right from the get-go was the level of customer service, which you don't really experience all that much here in the Philippines. They called me right away. About 5 minutes after I made the order, they called me. They said, okay, this is the shipping process, this is the return process, this is the warranty, this is how it's going to work. And I was really impressed by that. So I ordered it, and luckily I had some money on hand because 2 days later, I got a text from LBC saying, sir, we have your television and we're at your apartment. So I blasted back to the apartment. They gave me the TV, I gave them the money, we went our separate ways, I opened it up, everything was copacetic, and it's still working, and it's still a great little TV. It's a 46-inch LED, I'm sorry, it's a full LED made by Prestige, which is like a local assembler of all these components that come from China or wherever. Another thing that I was impressed with is Lazada has a 30-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee, which you never hear of in the Philippines. If you don't like it, if you change your mind, if you have a death in the family, you got to go somewhere, for whatever reason, you can return it. What you do is you box it up, bring it down to LBC. They do all the final boxing, and they ship it back, and Lazada refunds your money, no questions asked. I was really impressed by that. Again, that on top of their customer service. Since then, we've bought a Carrier air conditioner for the bedroom, and we saved about 30% off what Robinsons and Dumaguete was requesting. I bought a bunch of protein powder. This is Pro Matrix 7. You can see it on bodybuilding.com. It's got good reviews, and it's about half the cost of what you can purchase it around Dumaguete. So you get some savings there. This stuff came the next day. LBC, I was just, again, you have to have the money on hand because if they show up and you don't get the money and you got to go to the bank, it can cause all kinds of hassle. So I bought a bunch of that from them. This is 2 other bags that I bought. These are 5-pound bags. They were 1,750 pesos. So I have like 2.5 bags, so it's going to last me a while. And again, you're looking at the cost savings. I don't believe Lazada.com is actually based in the Philippines. I think it's in Malaysia or Singapore, and I think they serve all of Southeast Asia. But it's a great system. It's the closest to Amazon that you're going to get. I also bought this handy dandy tablet. Again, I saved about half the cost of what this would have cost locally. It's an SKK Mobile Extreme. It's a good little system. And I bought a whole bunch of like other sundry smaller items through Lazada. Again, they'll say 5 to 10 days for delivery, but usually it's like within 1 to 2 days you're going to be getting a text from LBC or Tugo, and you got to go get it. I also made an eBay purchase. This is not the US eBay site. This is actually ebay.com.ph. I needed a case for my tablet that I got from Lazada, and the only one I could find was on ebay.com.ph. It was actually a Chinese supplier. It took about 3 weeks for it to get here. It went through regular PhilPost, which is the Philippines postal system. So you have to keep going down to the post office and checking, hey, has it arrived yet? Hey, has it arrived yet? Because they don't really send you a notification. Also, the other downside of ebay.com.ph is this customs fee that they have. I had heard that it was 40 pesos. When I went in to get this, they told me it was 100 pesos. I don't know why there was a change. I don't know if they were just playing me or what, but basically what it is they give you the package, you sidestep down 2 steps, and you give it to the customs lady, and you pay her 100 pesos to scrutinize the package. She didn't even open it. If they do open it and it's not declared on the outside or whatever, and it's worth like 10,000 pesos or whatever, you could find yourself paying like 3, 4, 5,000 pesos in customs tax and import tariffs or whatever they call it. So that's the downside of ebay.com.ph. With Lazada and with courier services like that, including myshoppingbox.com, the transshipment service, there is no customs fee. I don't know how they get around it. There's some way that they do. The courier just notifies you, you come get it. You don't have to worry about customs fees or anything like that. So that's a big plus. So those are my experiences with online shopping. If you have any other online companies, Philippines-based or whatnot, that you've had good experiences with it, please leave it in the comments section because I'd like to know. And I'll be sharing it at some point in an updated video. The second part of this video, Google Voice. Google Voice is still in operation. You used to be able to use it with Talkatone and a whole bunch of third-party applications on your phone and whatnot. Recently, back in May, I think it was May 31st, they actually shut their service down for Talkatone and for all these third-party companies that were, utilizing Google Voice to make money. So now the only way you can use Google Voice, I believe it's just through your computer or through what is called Hangouts. Hangouts are apps for either iOS or Android systems. On Android, it's actually, you got to download Hangouts and the Hangouts dialer. And it's not free anymore to call from the Philippines to the United States. Within the United States, I believe it's all still free. But when you're calling from the Philippines to the United States, you got to buy credit, and you can do that with a credit card online, with Google Wallet or whatever. And it's a penny a minute. It's 1 cent per minute to call the United States, which just I think is more than reasonable. I made 2 test calls on it today. I had to call my bank and I had to call my family, and the call quality was excellent. So if you have not set Google Voice up and you're coming to the Philippines, make sure you set it up in the United States before you go. If you're in the Philippines and you need to set up a Google Voice account, you have to use a VPN to mimic a United States IP address. And an easy way to do that is with HOLA, H-O-L-A. You can just download it. It's a little program. It's basically a VPN, which will give you a United States IP address. You can also use HOLA free of charge for Netflix, for utilizing Netflix in the Philippines, because for some reason Netflix doesn't operate in the Philippines. So again, those are my 2 things that we're going to be talking about. We're done talking about them and we're under 10 minutes. Well, that's pretty good for me. Online shopping in the Philippines and Google Voice integrated with Hangouts on iOS and Android. It's a great communication system. And people can also call you from the United States on your Google Voice number. That's it. If you have any other places, online shopping experiences that you've had that you'd like to recommend, please leave them in the comment section. Or if you have any more information about Google Voice and being integrated with any other communication systems, also let me know. That's it. Take care. This is Ned, N to the E to the D, over at myphilippinedreams.com, and we'll see you next time.